My
Mhm.
question to you is because I saw so much perception with him. Why do you think the perception around his name nationally only brings up altercations and fights and not his rim protection or his productivity on the court?
How honest do you want me to be about this?
You can be, dude. You can be as blunt as possible. I'm not gonna hurt my feelings.
Um, Real quick, do me a favor.
Okay.
I want to say Draymond Green is about what, 35, 36?
Mm-hmm. Let me see.
They need a new target. That's to me, that's what it is. Because
Yep, 35.
here's my thing about Isaiah Stewart. Do you want to say he's temperamental, a hothead? Okay, whatever. Not me saying it, but we're talking about perception nationally. Those are some of the things that we see. And my thing is, in this, and I said this a couple of days ago, I think in this newer NBA, the reason Isaiah Stewart and the Pistons, this current Pistons teams, is getting this new rep is guys are not really as physical in this day and age as the Pistons are. It's something new to them. So when you get guys being really physical and playing tough nose defense, I mean, some people really don't like it. You can tell by the reaction. Like when you look at that altercation between the Timberwolves and the Pistons, that foul that Ron Holland put on Nas Reed, that was a bunch of nothing. It wasn't like a flagrant. It was just a comment. Okay, I'm not letting this guy get an easy layup. It wasn't. It didn't warrant. Now I know there's been back. I know they were back and forth chirping and whatnot, but that foul did not warrant him going up into Ron Holland's face and pointing a finger, and DiVincenzo, for somehow who only got one game, being the aggressor, pushing Ron Holland, and he retaliated back. So to kind of bring it back to Isaiah Stewart, even in that instance, he didn't really do too much of nothing. To me, and again, this is I didn't ask him, and I'm going to. I should have asked him last night. From looking at the situation, it appeared a veteran going over to protect his rookie, who was being cornered by two other players, and he really didn't do too much of anything. Just maybe a little push or shove or something like that. I think the national rep of him being like whatever they're saying about him is kind of cheap. It's kind of low hanging fruit. And then to bring to that Draymond point, I believe with Draymond at one point, not trying to push him out the league, but he's closer to his exit than he was to his entry. They need a new target. And hey, you know what? Draymond's been on his best behavior. He's probably going to be out the door. Who can we turn our attention to be the new subject? Oh, look, Isaiah Stewart plays rough, has a couple altercations under his belt. Let's pick him. I mean, he's had some big ones over the couple of years. The situation with LeBron where he got bloodied, and the situation with Nursif at the in the tunnel with the footprint arena with the Suns. So he has a couple things under his belt, but I think that if you really look at the context of things, trying to put any bad label on him is just, it's bad. Like I see people on Twitter saying, what did Isaiah Stewart do today? I've never seen anything but fighting. No, he's blocking shots. He's grabbing boards. He's being physical around the rim with putbacks. Yesterday, with Jalen Duran out, you seeing him doing all of that and taking some timely 3-pointers. So don't limit his game to the clickbaity headlines. Just watch the tape on this guy. I don't like it because we just talked about the media coverage. It's not really telling the full picture. But hey, that's just one man's opinion.
Yeah, I mean, Drew Eubanks tried to sue him. Got thrown in jail, if you want to even call it that.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
honestly, that like the LeBron. I know people bring up the LeBron incident, but like Isaiah doesn't go out actively looking to fight people. Like LeBron literally like kind of cheap shot him on the face. If it was accidental or not, who knows? But like I see so many people online talking about it. Like if that was you, you'd probably do the same thing. Like if someone
Yeah.
punched you in the face, you're gonna retaliate.
Especially when you see that blood trickle down.
Exactly. Like I know earlier this year, like he got into it with a longtime buddy of his, Thomas Bryant. Like I don't think a lot of people know, like Thomas Bryant and him grew up together in Rochester, New York, and they're friends. Like they work out together. So obviously there's some rivalry there.
Yeah.
The like my thing with this is like if the national media is trying to paint a picture of him that doesn't really exist, my question is like, what do players say about when they see him on the court? Like, think about that for a second. Like, what did they say? Like, oh shit, I got Isaiah on me tonight.
Yeah, that's just it's unfortunate. Hopefully that, once this is, hopefully he's able to kind of like change his image around. I don't think that I don't know what he could do because like we're just saying, he's not really doing anything too crazy. He just got caught up in I guess you could say the wrong instances, but I just hope that somebody like him that is well spoken about from everybody you talk to in the organization,
Hmm.
beloved by his teammates. Whether it's a win or a loss, that's a guy that you can go up to the locker room and he's never in a bad mood. He's willing to talk to reporters and just keep it real, or as we say, keep it 100. That's the guy that needs to be put in the national media. The guy that is a locker room leader that, if things are going wrong, he'll be the one to speak up and say, hey, this is what happened. This is what I messed up on, this, that, and the other. That's the part of Isaiah Stewart that needs to be told, not painting an unfair picture, especially off of this last incident.
Yeah, it's just like I've gone back to like every incident. I mean, there was a little scuffle there with Draymond a few years ago where Draymond tried Isaiah Stewart and he learned real quick when he grabbed him by the collar. Like
Yeah, he gave him that. He gave him that scorpion. Get over here.
Yeah, like it's not like he's actively looking to just get into fights. I think a big problem with a lot of players around the league is he plays hard, and I don't think a lot of players in today's NBA are used to the physicality, the tenaciousness, the defense. I mean, like he was blocking Jaren Jackson Jr. last night, and Jaren Jackson Jr. had a couple. He's a good, almost a true 7-footer, but like he had a couple blocks on him last night. I was like, good dude, good lord.
If you just looked at the final box score and how many points Jaren Jackson had and did not actually watch the game, you wouldn't think that in that first half, Isaiah Stewart had him in a straitjacket. It was very sound. It was very sound defense. And again, I'm not an NBA player, never have touched an NBA court outside of just doing my job. But I'm not gonna sit up here and say, oh, these guys today are soft. Yada yada yada. No, but you can see the way I have two eyes. We all have eyes. We can see the way that these other teams react to the way the Pistons play them aggressively on both ends of the floor, especially defensively. We see how they react and they don't like it, and they get. I guess you could say they get. Well, I'm trying to find the right word without being disrespectful. You can just see the reactions on their faces when the Pistons played them physically on defense, and they don't appear to like it. And I'm like, okay, what's the alternative? Let them bypass you and get to the rack. Let you shoot an open jump shot. Like, are we in an NBA where defense is not prioritized and you just let guys score and get them back on the other end of the floor? I mean, that's not the way the Pistons play. That's not the way JB Bickerstaff coaches. So yeah, we're gonna hopefully the way that the Pistons play is actually something that inspires the rest of the league to kind of get back to the physicality, because I believe that the reason some people outside of Detroit, not everybody, I believe that the reason some people all outside Detroit are starting to embrace this Pistons team is because of that physical nature. The NFL is not the only game that is physical. The NHL is not the only game that is physical. The NBA can be a very physical game. We've seen examples of it. Definitely don't want it to get out of hand, but that physicality back in the sport that people are watching and paying money for, that's the entertainment. Yeah, they want to see the 3-point shots. They want to see all the dunks. They want to see all that, but they also don't want to see, guys not playing defense either. So, yeah.